Inside handoff. Oh, on the bootleg. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Bounce it to the outside, trying to stretch that pylon. Stretches, and he is in for the touchdown.
Welcome to Touchdowns and Tailgates, powered by the Fairfield Auto Group. Well, Coach Zelonis, we made it through the regular season. We're heading to the best time of the year in high school football.
Absolutely. And you know what? It just seems like yesterday it was week one. Everything was warm and short sleeves. And now that climate's changing, Mr. Webb, that's for sure. But as you said, it is the best time for high school football.
And Coach Rich Zelonis filling in for Jimmy Webb. Jimmy Webb's on assignment.
And thanks for having me fill in.
It's always good to be here. Hey, we got a lot of time to cover. We're down here in Muncy, Pennsylvania. They're practicing in the background. They got a playoff game with Montgomery, the old shoe part 2.
Correct.
And I'm going to let you fill in. And for my job, you're going to get the coaches this week. I'm going to take Jimmy's part, do the players, and we're going to have fun.
Well, looking forward to it. I've talked to Coach T a number of times, and the more things change, the more things stay the same down here as Muncy's going after what seems to be their 65th straight chance to win a district championship.
And I'll just say he's done an amazing job.
Yes, he has.
Here at Muncy, and I've been waiting to say this. Coach Z will be back with Coach T right after this message.
Last year changed so many things, and we made it through. One thing that didn't change is the presence and commitment from the Fairfield Auto Group. We're still here, Pennsylvania strong, and 35 years strong, to service you, your family, and our neighbors. Fairfield, for fantastic deals.
We're down in Muncy, Pennsylvania with Coach Sean Tetreault of the 9-1 Muncy Indians. And Coach, first off, congratulations on another fantastic year.
Hey, thanks for guys coming down again, and it's great to see all that hard work guys put in the offseason pay off this year.
And the last time we were here, you had just defeated South Williamsport, and you were getting ready to take on a Homer Center team out west, and that ended up being a dandy.
Oh yeah, that was a great physical game. Homer Center was a great team. They were ranked 7th in the state at the time, and it was a great test for our guys to take a long bus trip and show up and play.
And then of course you also had the old shoe game to deal with, Montgomery, which was close for a half, and then you pulled away. And speaking of that game, we have a repeat. So, you know, the more things change, the more things stay the same as you're searching for another district championship. And this weekend you'll be taking on a familiar foe.
Oh yeah, it's the old shoe, take 2. So they come back to our place this week, and we're excited. We know it's going to be a tough contest. Diggs is doing a great job over there, and our kids are excited and ready to go.
Well, let's talk about the first meeting for a little bit, if you don't mind. Close at halftime. And then what did you say, or what happened the second half which allowed you to pull away?
It's one of those things, we weren't very good on defense last time. Our defense couldn't get off the field. Offense put 2 scores in, but we couldn't go off the field defensively, let them drive the field on us, and our kids just took to what we preached to them and teach to them and took it to heart, and they ratcheted in the second half.
So you expect anything different this time around from Coach Diggs and the Red Raiders?
I mean, it's playoff football. We talk about it all the time, every year when we're in playoffs. It's hard to be a team twice. We know they're going to have some wrinkles, they're going to have some things going on over there, and we got to be ready to go and ready to play.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations again on a great year, and good luck this weekend. We'll be right back with some Muncy Indians and Jim Webb.
5. The Fairfield 5 is 35. The Fairfield 5 is 35, and we're celebrating at all 5 locations across Central PA. 5 is 35. We're the Fairfield 5 for fantastic selection and service, and we're way past old enough to drive. The Fairfield 5 is 35. Fairfield, for fantastic deals.
Welcome back, and we're at Muncy, and I got 3 Indians with me, and as we often do, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Ross Iyer. I'm a junior, and I play wide receiver and free safety.
I'm Jason Shuda. I'm a junior, and I play middle linebacker.
And I'm Gavin Hillman. I play offensive guard and defensive tackle.
We're going to start here with Jason because I like linebackers. Hey, tell me about your season, and I know you. Let's start with this. Get an overview of your season and playing for Coach T.
It's always a blessing to come out here and play with all these guys. I love every single one of them, and I've got a lot of support behind me since the freshman season that I walked on here. So I can't really complain. I love playing with all these guys.
And then the next question, tell me about that when you have the perfect angle when you're lining them up, or they throw that little flare out of the backfield and you have them in your sights and you just want to lay wood.
Yeah, I go with the flow. I see a gap, I take it. It's just like what we're taught every single D&D, you know.
And I know you like to hit people.
I love hitting. I'm what you call a heat seeker.
That's it. Let's come over here to the tall fella with good hair. All hair team if Paul Bowe was here for basketball. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hey, been great watching you play over the years. You have great athleticism. What do you like playing better, offense, defense?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I can pick. I love high pointing the ball and making plays on offense, but I also like to be the hawk in the middle of the field, going for interceptions, making tackles, stuff like that. So I don't think I could pick a side of the ball. I love them both.
And I want to talk about you high pointing the ball. You're a big fellow with a big frame, but more importantly, you understand what high pointing means. It means you don't jump up and catch it against. You do a great job of getting those hands extended.
Thank you.
So you gain you're 10 feet tall with them hands extended to high feet. Great job doing that.
Thank you.
Come over to you. Tell me about playing for Coach T and your teammates here.
I mean, I've been playing for 4 years under Coach T. I started for 3, and I just can't describe how good that this team is. This is the best team I've ever played for, and hope that I'll cherish this. I probably will. And
And you guys are a tight-knit family down here.
yeah, our family is pretty tight. We always have each other's backs. It sucks to be a senior because this is my last year.
So what's your favorite? You're out there in the gridiron, and the snot's flying, and what's your favorite part?
My favorite part is whenever I open up holes for our running backs.
And you got good running backs to run through, and
Yep.
they give you a little credit. I hope so.
They always do. Every time they get a touchdown, they always come up to the lineman and say, "Hey, good holes."
I would too. You do a great job. So that gets us to the fun part of this show here. So we'll start with you. Favorite song?
I like "Feeling 22" by Taylor Swift. Sometime before the game, it gets me in the zone.
Excellent. Taylor Swift for a linebacker. I like that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I got to go with "Wildest Dreams" by Taylor Swift. That song always gets me going. So.
Oh, wow. We're going to have a Taylor Swift sweep. Is it Taylor Swift?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
"Mean" by Taylor Swift. It's always my favorite warm-up song before the game.
Excellent. Something different. I like it here in Muncy. All right, last question. You know, we're winding down, and the reality of that the next game could be some of your last game sets in. And I know there's been some great people involved in your lives. We'll go over here to the big guy. Who would you like to give a shout out to?
I'm definitely going to have to shout out my mom. She's been there for me since day one. I mean, she takes me everywhere I need to go, supplies me with all the food I eat, which is a lot. So she's always been there.
I heard you have a tapeworm.
No, I don't think so.
Well, you know what that means is you can just eat and eat and eat and stay skinny.
Oh yeah, if that's the case, then yeah. I eat all day long. That's all I do. But really appreciate her and everything she does for me. So.
How about the shoot-a-backer?
I want to give a shout out to Coach Webber. He's taken me under his wing since freshman year and got me to where I am today, and I couldn't be more appreciative.
Excellent. Well, and over to you, young man.
I have to shout out my parents. I mean, they've always been there for me, of course. That's what they're supposed to do. But always pushing me, and they always tell me the best that I can do because they always want me to be the best I can be.
Outstanding, and they've done a great job with you. Should we do some drills here for them? You and I get down in the pit? No, I can't do that. Hey, that's it from Muncy. Good luck Saturday, 1 o'clock, right over at the stadium. We'll have it on Webb Weekly Live. And that's all from Muncy. We'll head over to Hill.
Last year changed so many things, and we made it through. One thing that didn't change is the presence and commitment from the Fairfield Auto Group. We're still here, Pennsylvania strong, and 35 years strong, to service you, your family, and our neighbors. Fairfield, for fantastic deals.
Hey, we're here at Montgomery Area High School with Coach Christian Diggs. And Coach Diggs, first off, congratulations on a great season. Your first as a head coach, and it's nice to see Montgomery back in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that.
And the opponent this week, you familiar with them at all?
A little bit. Yeah, I've heard of them a couple of times here or there since I've been in Montgomery, absolutely.
So I talked to Coach T earlier. We stopped there first, and I asked him what the protocol was with the shoe this week. Now, since you played during the regular season,
yeah,
and it goes to the winner. Does the same thing happen in the playoffs? Because I don't remember Montgomery and Muncy playing in the playoffs. Maybe this is the first time they've met in the playoffs. I can't recall.
I think Coach Schaefer said they played in the playoffs like in the late 90s, but in recent times I can't really remember. I don't think it's happened, so I'm not sure. I mean, if I would like the shoe, but I think we both would rather have a chance to win a gold medal, so that's up to Coach T, whatever he wants to do.
So absolutely. So you win the game this week, you're going to take the shoe and then fight it out next year, I guess.
Yeah, that's up to him. They have the home court advantage, so he can decide.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Muncy. First game, close at half.
Yeah.
Team played very well, and then second half things didn't go the way you wanted them to, obviously. So in the rematch, what do you have to do this time to ensure that your team's not only in it the second half, but able to pull off an upset?
Yeah, we need to put together 4 full strong quarters of football. Kind of like you said, our first 2 quarters I think we played great. But I mean, it is what it is. Muncy just wanted it more that night. They came out, they put together 4 strong quarters of football, and that reflected on the score. So this week, 4 full strong quarters of football, and I think we can win the game.
And with that, I'm assuming you mean don't turn the ball over, don't have the penalties and mistakes that generally put people in those positions. So schematically, and anything without revealing too much here, anything different for the fans to look for Friday?
Nah, I mean, we're just going to do what we do. I mean, at this point in the season, obviously they have 11 or 10 other games on us. We're just going to do what we do. We're going to do what we've done the whole season, done all summer, and just try to perfect everything the best that we can.
Well, thanks, Coach, and good luck to you this week. We'll be right back with Jim Webb and some Raiders.
Thank you.
And we're back at Montgomery, and I got a group of Red Raiders ready to introduce themselves. Go ahead.
I'm Logan Almeida, senior quarterback.
I'm Colton Hands, a senior wide receiver.
Devin Deem, I'm a senior. I play running back and outside linebacker.
Thaden Miller, senior, and left tackle and defensive end.
Good to see you, boys.
Good to see you.
Good season, finished 5-5. Very entertaining and fun to watch. So we'll start with QB down here. Tell me about playing for Coach Diggs your senior year here and how the season's progressed. I think you've gotten better as the season's, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's been fun. I mean, we started out not knowing what to expect coming in with a new head coach, new coaching staff, but he really put it together, and we've came a long way.
Outstanding, and this guy here you like to throw to. Tell me about you. You got him to throw it. You got Coach Diggs' wide open offense.
Yeah, I mean, when he throws the ball, it's always right there. So I know that I can always count on him getting the ball to me. And Coach Diggs puts schemes together to get pass routes open against any kind of coverage. So we do good.
Does he ever just draw stuff up in the dirt?
No, not really.
No? Okay. Over to you. I know you play both sides of the ball. You do a great job. You're an athlete. Tell me about how he's been able to put your talents on display a little bit this year.
Oh, definitely, and not only putting me on display, but when I need a break, we have a good selection of athletes that we can put in when I need a blow, and it's been grateful. I've been grateful.
Absolutely. And over here to the big fella. Give us the perspective from in the trenches playing for Coach Diggs your Montgomery year this year.
It's going really well with Coach Clary. Big aspect for us, teach us inside and out. And every single day he comes to work and teaches us new things to learn.
And obviously you have Muncy again, the old shoe game too, we'll call it, playoff game. Season could end. That's sort of a sad thing, but it's a great opportunity. Tell me what your favorite football moment is in your football career.
My favorite moment had to be being named All-State last year.
And like you will be again this year. I'll throw that in there.
That's the plan.
Go ahead.
All right, so my favorite memory was one of our D linemen, Bradley Leon, tackling our head coach as he was the scout offensive quarterback.
I got to ask, how did the head coach, did he get up okay, or did he look
We conditioned a little bit for that one.
How about you? Favorite football moment?
My favorite football moments is probably catching 2 of QB1 over here is 1,000-yard season balls, so that was a pretty cool moment to help my teammate get to a huge
And it
goal.
was, and I should throw that in there. You're over 4,000 yards now in your career, which is a great number here at Montgomery. Tell me a little, your favorite moment as a football player and your favorite pass you have thrown.
I mean, not to come off him a little bit, but my favorite moment is him catching his 1,000-yard receiving season this year. I mean,
And that's special too. You don't get many of them.
yeah. I mean, people don't understand how hard that is. It's
really
very hard, and to help him get to that moment is very special to me. So.
And that was a great moment. All right, so that gets us to the next question. You guys are seniors wrapping it up. Give a shout out to anybody you would like.
I would like to shout out my receivers and my O-line, just for my O-line giving me a valuable time to throw the ball, and receivers being an athlete and catching every ball I throw.
Go ahead.
And I always like to shout out my family, of course, and also QB1 over here always get me good balls, so that's great.
Did they ever think about changing your last name to Hans instead of Hans, or did nobody ever talk about that?
I don't know. I think we should. Think about it.
Go ahead.
I like to give a shout out to all the parents who throw our game dinners together day before a game.
And I'll give a shout out to my family and the rest of the offensive line.
And there you have it. From some Red Raiders, they have the Indians at Muncy Saturday at 1 o'clock. We'll have the game for you live. Good luck, boys.
Last year changed so many things, and we made it through. One thing that didn't change is the presence and commitment from the Fairfield Auto Group. We're still here, Pennsylvania strong, and 35 years strong, to service you, your family, and our neighbors. Fairfield, for fantastic deals.
And we're up on the hill at STA Stadium. I got Williamsport Sun-Gazette, Doc Massey.
How's it
Good
going?
to see you.
Yeah, likewise.
We won't talk about the 49ers.
No. Hey, they actually won this week. So.
Oh,
It was against
well,
the
we can
Bears,
talk-
so that's like half a win.
The
But
Bears.
We'll take it.
A win's a win. Hey, playoff time. And obviously you keep your finger on everything. Give us a playoff. We'll start with 6A here. The Williamsport Millionaires. We'll have them on Webb Weekly Live. And
Yeah, it's they had a shot at the 1 seed, didn't get it, but getting a rematch with Altoona, I think, is a good consolation prize with them. They lost to them in the final, lost to them 31-24 in week 2, so they definitely want to get some payback. It's not often you get a second chance, let alone a third chance. So it's going to be a battle.
And I think having another ball game, I think not having a week off is a good thing for the Millionaires.
Yeah,
I think
and Chuck Cruz mentioned that after Wilkes-Barre when it was brought up that they could possibly get a bye, and it's you can make an argument for it and against it, but I think you'd rather stay in that routine and playing a team like Altoona if they were able to beat them.
Yep.
I think that would help them going into a championship game.
And the winner gets State College.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle. They're going to have to earn it, and they know what's coming with Altoona. They know it's a run-heavy triple option team. They got to try to win the battle up front and eliminate the turnovers.
You and I have seen them enough. We could write the game plan for them, couldn't we?
Yeah, and Williamsport knows what's coming too.
That's
It's just
it.
a matter of whether they can stop it or not.
So 5A, we'll stay with District 6, Central Mountain.
Yeah, they play Hollidaysburg, and Central Mountain's a good team. They gave Jersey Shore a tough game in the quagmire that was Jersey Shore the other night. It was 0-0 at halftime. They've been really banged up, but I think they've got a shot to pull it off here against Hollidaysburg this week.
That gets us down to 4A.
4A, Jersey Shore. I thought they were going to be playing Mifflinburg. We talked about that last week, and Lewisburg pulled the upset, so now it's the Green Dragons. Shore handled them earlier in the season, but Lewisburg's made some big strides this year, but Jersey Shore on their home field, getting better as the year goes on, 10-0. It's tough to pick against them. I think it comes down to them in Selinsgrove next week, and that'll be a heavyweight battle.
You might know how many times have we seen that in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to be
this would be, I think, the 8th time.
Eighth time in 10 years.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to end up being. And Coach Gravish would want me to say win the week, be 1-0 after this week.
He knows Lewisburg's dangerous, and they're coming on strong. But if Shore plays the way Jersey Shore plays, it's going to be a tall order for the Dragons.
And then we got 3A, which is filled with opportunity for a lot of different teams.
Yeah. Montoursville got a good draw. They avoided Danville, who's the top seed. Danville gets a bye. Montoursville, if they can get by Athens, they either get Milton or North Penn Mansfield in the semis. If you can avoid Danville and Loyalsock, that's what you want to do until you get to the final. So they're sitting in a good spot right now.
If Montoursville isn't in district final, it'd be shocking.
Yeah, definitely.
In Loyalsock, right out of the gate,
Yeah.
they get an opponent. Coneski Valley's had a good season. It should end up being Loyalsock and Danville in the semis.
I agree. I mean, Kawaneski Valley's had a historic season for them. They're doing great things, but Loyalsock should handle them. I don't think they've seen the athletes that Loyalsock has, and you get Loyalsock and Danville. We've seen that over the years. That's going to be a battle.
That's become a great rivalry.
Yeah, they had a great game in week 4 that Sock won. So, personally, I would love to see an all-area matchup, and who wouldn't want to see Sock and Montoursville in the final? That would be a lot of fun. But
absolutely, and you and I would love to see that twice every year.
Yeah. I mean, and all that being said, I think Danville's the team to beat right now.
I think so too.
We'll see what happens.
That gets us to the Southern Columbia Invitational 2A,
Yes.
as I call it.
Yeah, I think Mount Carmel at 2 seed has a shot against them. I would feel better about Mount Carmel if they could throw the ball a little bit. But South Williamsport Wellsboro is the game to watch, and the 5-4 game. Whoever wins that gets Southern, but that's going to be a lot of fun. South and Wellsboro, I think that's going to be a great battle.
And we'll be up here live with Williamsport and Altoona Friday night, 7 o'clock. And down to the single A level, we'll leave you preview it, but we'll be down at Muncy, and I'll kick you out.
That's, I think both teams knew back in week 8 after that game, it was a hard-fought game, and I think they knew they were going to see each other 3 weeks from there. Muncy's playing great. This is their time of the year. They've won 3 straight titles, but you can't sleep on Montgomery. Muncy is the heavy favorite here, but I like the way Montgomery is playing going into this game. They've got some great athletes, and they're not afraid. That's a big part of it. They're not intimidated by Muncy, so regardless of what Muncy's done over the last 5 years, Montgomery is not fazed by that. So that's half the battle, and I think it'll be an entertaining game.
And the other side of the bracket's Canton.
Yeah, Canton's waiting there for the winner of that. Canton's just trucking people. They beat Troy 36-0, which was a big statement. I personally, I think it'll be Muncy and Canton round 4 in the district final this year, and if that's the way it plays out, that's going to be an epic battle, with Muncy being number 2 in the state and Canton number 3 right now.
Agreed, and if I misquoted, that game will be Saturday at 1 o'clock. Montgomery will travel down to Muncy, and we'll have the game live. Anything you want to throw in, we'll get you out of here, get you back to the Sun Gazette.
Old shoe part 2. I told the Montgomery players after Saturday's win at CMVT, I said, it's frustrating losing the shoe, but I'm sure you'd rather take a playoff win.
Now, do they give them the shoe back if they win the?
No.
How does that work?
My understanding is from Sock and Montoursville over the years is that doesn't have any bearing on the regular season games.
Gotcha.
So Montgomery would have to settle quote unquote settle for moving on to a district final. I think they would take that over the old shoe.
Thank you for the wrap-up, Doc Massey.
My pleasure.
Always good to talk to you. We'll be seeing you next week. Hopefully we have quite a few teams moving on.
Hoping.
Commercial break. We'll be back with some millionaires.
5. The Fairfield 5 is 35. The Fairfield 5 is 35, and we're celebrating at all 5 locations across Central PA. 5 is 35. We're the Fairfield 5 for fantastic selection and service, and we're way past old enough to drive. The Fairfield 5 is 35. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
Welcome back to Touchdowns and Tailgates, as we are at our last stop of the evening at Williamsport High School with Kevin Brown, the offensive coordinator for Williamsport High School. And Coach, pretty good offense this year. Friday night, whole new season for the Millionaires.
Yes, nothing else matters. Throw the records out the window, throw the stats, all that stuff out the window. Win or go home.
And that's a good thing about the playoffs, because whether you come in on a good streak or a bad streak or in between, just like you said, it's 0-0. Everybody's got a fresh slate and a clean slate. Now you got the Altoona Mountain Lions coming in, who you saw early on in the season.
Yeah.
They've had some ups and downs. They just lost this past weekend to State College in a monsoon as well.
Yeah.
So from an offensive standpoint, anything changed with Altoona since early in the season? They still doing the same things?
Same thing. Triple option and run it very well. Because it's going to try to beat you up, and we got to be up for the challenge.
And from a standpoint of their defense, anything that you saw in film study where they've changed at all?
A little bit. They've changed their fronts a little bit, so we're preparing for what we saw in September, and we're preparing what we've seen in late October. So
And it was a great football game if anybody remembers it very early in the season. Williamsport could have very easily won that football game, but well played, and it came down to the last possession. So Friday night with Altoona coming in, that being said, we know a lot rides on the back of their fullback, Strout.
Yes.
And he has been hurt off and on throughout the year, but Yost has stepped in and done some good things for them in his absence.
Yes. Oh, he's a good football player. They're well coached. We have the utmost respect for them and their program, and it's going to be a tough game again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach Brown, for stepping in here.
Yeah, you guys missed the joke that was earlier.
We sort of played a little trick on Coach to start things off, break the ice a bit, but do appreciate Coach Brown stepping in and doing the interview. We'll be right back with Jimmy Webb with some of the Millionaire football players. Stay tuned.
Last year changed so many things, and we made it through. One thing that didn't change is the presence and commitment from the Fairfield Auto Group. We're still here, Pennsylvania strong, and 35 years strong, to service you, your family, and our neighbors. Fairfield, for fantastic deals.
We're back at STA Stadium, and I got some senior millionaires. We always start this off the same way. It goes back to Key and Peele years ago. Are they still doing it where they introduced the college all-star team? Are they? We'll start with you. Introduce yourself.
All right. Hi, I'm Legit Willie. I'm a senior. I play defensive end and running back.
I'm Demir Sandsliver. I'm a senior. I play D-back and running back.
Roman Marone. I'm a senior. I play outside linebacker.
Charles Cruz. I'm a senior. I play left guard and defensive tackle.
And we're going to start with young Mr. Cruz down there. I've been trying to get you on, and your dad took a little, had something to take to, so I get you tonight. Tell me what it's like growing up for head coach Chuck Cruz, but more importantly, Father Cruz.
Well, it's been a good experience, being around him and learning the game from his perspective, just be able to get better from it.
All right, my next question for you is, you love to hit people. I love contact. I love to watch it. What's it like when you square somebody up and you hit them and you feel the air go out of them?
It feels good being able to hit someone, it takes a lot of anger out on them. Just able to hear them cry makes me feel good sometimes.
And I love you bringing the energy. So let's go over to here. You've had a great senior season, been all over the field. Tell me a little bit about when you're playing D, what you're reading, what you're looking for.
I'm looking at where everybody's going. I'm just trying to see what's opening up. Right now I'm at linebacker, so I'm just looking for those holes to open up so I can just run through them and hit someone.
And you've played in the secondary, you've played linebacker, and you've played well wherever you've been.
Thank you.
So that's a credit to you. I got to ask you, what do you like better?
I like linebacker, I'm going to be honest. I like linebacker the most.
You're in the middle of the action every time?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. On over to you. You've looked good with the ball under your arm. What does that feel like? You get your opportunity, you run with the football, you look good?
I think it feels very good. Getting the ball and running as hard as I can. It gets to show how I really am. And that.
Absolutely, and you've done a good job. And you're another one. What's your favorite position to play?
It was linebacker, then I got moved to DN, and as playing more of DN, I think it feels pretty good. I'm starting to like it more.
And you do a good job at DN. I've liked your outside contain. Have the coaches said anything how well you've done containing the edge?
Yeah, they think that, it was one of the biggest choices they made.
And I agree. Outside contain. I would tell my defensive ends, you have one responsibility in life: outside contain. Is that how they break it down, or similar? Or?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Good. We'll move on over here. So tell me about your senior year of football here.
It's been a good experience. Like I moved positions from corner to safety. Like it's a good experience.
What do you like better?
I got safety.
And you get out there on Friday night. It's a special. Friday nights are special, aren't they?
Yeah, right. Playing in front of the fans, my family. It's a good
You're
experience.
pretty fast, I'm told.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. What is your best football moment?
Getting my first interception versus Harrisburg.
Nice. Best football moment?
My best football moment, I think, is my first varsity start at running back when I was a sophomore. Getting to show the coaches how I really ran the ball, getting my first varsity touchdown, it was a good experience for me.
Excellent. Best football moment during your career?
Just getting to play with my friends that I grew up playing with. It's a lot of fun.
It's awesome, isn't it? High school football. I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to ruin you guys' future, but you'll look back on it, and these are some of the best days you'll have playing high school football. Young Mr. Cruz.
My sophomore year, going through two-a-days with all my friends and being able to go through the experience.
Just two-a-days, huh?
Yeah.
You're as crazy as my son Hunter. He would tell me two-a-days was his favorite part of football, and I said, boy, not back when I played. But that's good to hear. Shout out. Who would you like to give a shout out
I want to shout out, everyone on the team, making me a better player, and all the coaches.
Shout out anybody you want.
I'll shout out my other two linebackers, Riley Bauer and Sebastian Robinson.
Nice. Shout out.
Definitely a shout out to my dad. He's definitely the one who pushed me to go hard and put me to a position I am now. So that's definitely one person I'll give a shout out to.
And I know your father will appreciate us. That's what us dads do, believe me. Shout out.
I shout out my family, my teammates, my dad also.
Nice. Well, anybody want to give me a favorite song to close it out?
War With Us by NBA Youngboy.
Favorite song?
Definitely Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
That's the most popular for the season.
Knife Talk by Drake.
Nice.
Nardo Wick, Who Wants Smoke.
There we go. Hey, so we're going to wrap it up. We'll have it Webb Weekly Live, Millionaires, Altoona, here Friday night, 7 p.m. Thank you, boys. Good luck.
Let's go Millionaires.
Inside handoff. Oh, on the bootleg. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Bounces to the outside, trying to stretch that pylon. Stretches, and he is in for the touchdown.
Are you ready for some football? Webb Weekly Live is bringing you touchdowns and tailgates. Hear from local coaches and watch the best local athletes battle it out. Touchdowns and tailgates this Wednesday at 7 p.m. www.webbweeklylive.com.